Hey, hello leaders. This is Paul Grau Jr. and welcome back to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So today we're going to go back in the vault again to Season 1, Episode 68. And in this episode, it talks about how small leadership actions can pay huge dividends. It basically talks about how the smallest actions that you take can be big. And a lot of leaders out there think they need to do big things for their people all the time. And they overlook the smallest things. And after listening to this episode, it actually made me take action. It made me write a few handwritten notes to some special people in my life, including one to my daughter that got married yesterday. So let's check out what I said in Season 1, Episode 68. I think you'll enjoy it. Here we go. Have you ever noticed that sometimes the smallest things have the biggest impact? Well, this episode will explain when you, as a leader, do small things that are meaningful to the people around you. Those small things can be very big to the person on the receiving end. Let's get right into today's challenge of how small is big. I'm still talking about some of my key takeaways from the Orange Conference that I attended last week. And today I'm going to share something I heard from Adam Duckworth. I attended Adam's breakout session that was about partnering with parents, and he shared some great info. Of course, I immediately tied everything to how it can help leaders and how leaders can apply it. So one of the things that stood out to me about Adam's talk was when he talked about how big of an impact the little things can make on people. To mention a few little things, he mentioned sending a handwritten note to people or having a cup of coffee with somebody, and that really got me to thinking about what else you can do as leaders that is extremely small but would be real meaningful to your team members. So I came up with three things that are pretty basic, but they're small, and that's the key, right? So here's my three things. First, say good morning every day to your people. Good morning, and ask them how their evening was. You know, this may seem like a no-brainer, but I've worked with some leaders who, if I ever said good morning to them, they would be stumped for an answer. They wouldn't know how to reply. They had no personality, and they simply didn't care about anybody on the team. They just didn't know how to connect with their people. Saying good morning and asking how their night was lets your team members know that you actually care about them, care enough to ask, and you care enough to take a minute or two out of your day to talk to them. Now, this may cost you a few minutes every day, but consider it a savings account that you're continuously making small deposits into every day. And you're building a professional relationship every morning with your team members. So give it a try. Secondly, compliment your team members daily. Compliment each one. Now, this doesn't even really have to be about their job. It could be something about their shoes or their jacket or how they have a great attitude or how they deal with people or maybe how neat their work area is. How about their car? Maybe you like their car. You get the point. A small compliment goes a very long way, and it shows them that you're actually paying attention to them, and it shows them that you're not all business minded, that you're just getting to know them, you know? Now, let me caution you on this. If you're new at complimenting people, take it slow. You really don't want to creep your team out in any way. Let it be natural. All right, so let's move on. The third thing is, I'm going to steal this from what Adam said in his breakout, and I love the idea of writing a handwritten note. Come on. When was the last time you received an actual handwritten note from anyone? The last time I received one, it was from my 6-year-old daughter. And that got me thinking about when he said that. Why is it that 6-year-olds and 4-year-olds get the fact of they know how special a handwritten note is, right? Yet when we grow up, we forget about it. We get all technical, and our idea of a handwritten note is an email or a text. But you know what? Take out a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil and just write a little note. Maybe get some of those thank you cards that you could put a little thank you note or something in there, right? So take a minute to write a short little note to your team members. Now, again, don't overdo it starting out. Find a good balance to start with. I would suggest starting with the good morning thing and just build on that. Hey, if you're already doing all these things, man, great job. Kudos to you, right? So what other small things are big to your team members? What small things are big to you? You could practice these small things at home too. Make your family a special breakfast or a special dinner. Clean up a room. Maybe even spend some quality time with them. I've discovered that my two youngest kids, they just want me to be in the same room with them. I don't even need to be doing anything with them. They just want me to be there. Now, on that thought, just being present is a small thing that can pay huge dividends. Show your people that you're there, that you're present. You can contact me directly at Paul Grau, that's PaulGrau, at currentleadershipcoaching.com. Thank you, and until tomorrow, run to your challenges.